What's going on? So today I'm going to be doing a reaction. It's a little bit of a throwback, so we're going to be doing Silverstein, My Heroine. I don't think I've ever heard this song. I'm not sure if I've heard anything from this band or not. So this was a recommendation from a comment, basically saying if you like some emo music, we're going to go do a little throwback here from back in the heyday of the emo music. I don't know if I was ever a huge fan of emo music, but there was definitely some good songs that came out of that genre. We're going to see if I like this. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. We're going to find out. I mean, I like me some metal, and I like some old alternative music. I liked grunge, but emo was kind of a hit or miss for me. We're going to check it out.
The drugs begin to peak. A smile of joy arrives in me.
Yeah, it definitely already has that heavy early 2000, like not heavy music, but like it's heavily got that sound of the early 2000s, like alternative rock. Yeah, I think this is pretty much going to just fall into that category.
But sedation changes to panic and nausea, and breath starts to shorten, and heartbeats bounce softer. You won't try to save me. You just want to hurt me.
It kind of sounds like if you took Blink-182 and then just like turned them real hard. Like that beginning sounds like a solid like Blink-182 like soft singing, like, and then they just went into the screaming. I'll be honest, I wasn't ready for that, but I guess that's where the emo comes in, where it stops just being like the standard early 2000s rock, and then they put like a harder twist on it. And as long as it's not screaming through the whole thing, I think I'll like it. I do like some screaming to really enunciate certain points, but I'm not a huge fan of like the screamo bands where they're like the entire song is just them screaming into the microphone. Where I'm like, all right, well that doesn't even seem like you're singing; you're just screaming. But I mean, everyone has their own taste in music. I like when it gets mixed in a bit. I like when they use it to really amp up a certain point of the song. Alright, there you go. I like that sound. Just a quick note, back in middle school, I had the same hairstyle as a bunch of those guys in that video, so I fit into that time frame, sorta, I guess. I was young, but whatever. They're definitely singing through most of the song, and I do like this song. I have never heard it before, but in the beginning I was a little nervous that they were like the emo was just going to be like the screaming through the whole thing, but I think they really spaced it out enough where it didn't overtake the entire song, and it didn't take away from the song and like just make it a whole nother thing than it should have been. I like how much they're singing. I think they genuinely have skill when it comes to singing, and the fact that they can scream and really amplify certain parts of the song where it is its own section of the song, and it really like amps it up, and then they can bring it back down. I like when things like that can fluctuate. Gives a whole, it just gives it a much better dynamic than just it sounding one way through the entire song. You know what I can relate this to a bit is, what's kind of cool doing this right now is I feel like a little bit of that emo music is starting to like kick back into like modern day. One of the new artists I've just discovered, I did a song on, but for some reason no one watched it. I don't know if anyone really knows who he is yet, but the kid, I guess they call him Swaco. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but he has a couple decent sized songs that have gotten pretty popular, and he raps in it too, so it's like that modern twist on it, but he has that very like similar emo sound where he can sing, and they have like some of the heavy instruments, but he throws some screams in there as well, and it's also mixed around with some modern day like rap as well. So I think it's a cool twist on like the old emo, and it still sounds pretty close to the roots, but like it's in like a new fresh way. I kind of like it, but this is like to the T what like screamo used to be back then, and it's like not even in a bad way. Some of it was a little too much for me, but I do like this. They've put this song together very well.
There's more anger than laughter, not now or forever. Will I ever change you? I know that to go on, I'll break you my habit. You taught my heart a sense I never knew I had. I can't forget the times that I was lost and depressed from the awful truth. How could you do it?
I like how the singing also got more intense. So just to make it more intense, they didn't just start screaming again. They actually started ramping up the singing to a more intense way as well. So I really like the dynamic behind that, where they weren't just taking a cop out and saying, hey, we're going to scream here to try to prove our point or try to pick up that intensity. They're able to do both, which I think is awesome, and it really shows the actual skill when it comes to their well-rounded band, because they can increase the energy with the music itself. They can do it with the vocalist singing, the way he can increase that, as well as throwing screams on top of that, which is another skill in itself. So having all that together just shows how well-rounded you are, and I really appreciate that. It's I like when people don't do like an easy cop-out, which it still sounds good, but like this really shows like the actual skill where they can do everything. There it is. I want to flow through that. Got an ad. Hold on. Let me replay that last part so I can flow through it. I stopped it right before the end.
I can't forget the times that I was lost and depressed from the awful truth. How could you do it? You're my heroine. But I will save myself.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to end so abruptly there, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's right there at the end. They brought that scream back in. They didn't have to use it through the whole song. They used all their other abilities and skills to really push Sorry, sometimes I trip over my words. They really pushed the feeling of the song with all their other abilities through the music, through the singing, and then they were able to use that scream in the beginning, really grabbed your attention and really started off the power of the song, and then at the end they closed it out and really grasped that attention again. It almost felt like a real solid like song sandwich. They put it all together. They had like the two big meaty parts at the ends, the front and the beginning, or the beginning and the end, and then the rest of the whole middle of the song was just like kind of like it was trying to tell you an actual story. And I really like how they built out the song. So this did not disappoint. I've never heard this song before, and I actually might add this to my playlist. I don't have a whole lot of like emo songs or things like that, but this is one of those like songs that fit right in that grace area for me, where it's like just hard enough for me to be able to get into it, and just soft enough for it to not be too overwhelming. So definitely well done. I really appreciate, man, I'm struggling today, I'm sorry. Really appreciate the suggestion, and I will add this to my list, my playlist, and hopefully I might try to do another one from them, see if this was just like a one-hit wonder kind of deal, if that's why you suggested this, or if there's some other good songs by them. I want to start branching out into more genres and to more different types of music. A lot of requests I get on the songs is for that same band, which I understand because obviously you're watching that band because you're a fan of that band. But I want to try to mix it up a little bit, and I'm always going to go back and get those bands as well. I'm going to be creating playlists for the bands that people are seemingly really like, and I get a lot of requests for those songs. I'll be putting them in those playlists, so when you get a chance, you can run through those playlists and check out what I have to say about them. But other than that, if you like this song, feel free to give the video a like, and if you like what I'm doing here, feel free to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. But thanks for watching, and maybe I'll catch you watching another video.